A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision that could reshape the political landscape of Brazil, the Supreme Court has announced that it will deliver a verdict and sentence in the coup trial against former President Jair Bolsonaro early next month. The five-justice panel overseeing the case is expected to announce its decisions on the 5 charges against Bolsonaro between September 2nd and 12th. This trial has become a focal point of division within the nation, drawing sharp lines between supporters and opponents of the ex-president. Bolsonaro has been under house arrest since August 4th, accused of attempting to orchestrate a coup to retain power after his narrow defeat in the 2022 presidential election to Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. The charges against Bolsonaro are serious, including attempting to stage a coup, involvement in an armed criminal organization, and attempted violent abolition of the democratic order. Prosecutors allege that Bolsonaro led a conspiracy that sought to overturn the election results, with evidence including messages, handwritten notes, and other materials that they claim document the alleged plot. Among the most alarming accusations are claims that the conspiracy involved plans to assassinate Lula and Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes, who is presiding over the trial. In response to the allegations, Bolsonaro has vehemently denied any wrongdoing, asserting that he allowed the peaceful transition of power to Lula and that no coup attempt was ever executed. His defense team argues that the prosecution has failed to provide sufficient evidence to support their claims. The case has not only polarized Brazilian society, but has also drawn international attention, particularly from the United States. Bolsonaro's close ally, former President Donald Trump, has publicly voiced his support for Bolsonaro, describing the trial as a witch hunt and labeling Bolsonaro an honest man facing political execution. Trump's involvement has further complicated the situation, especially after he linked a 50% tariff on Brazilian imports to Bolsonaro's legal troubles, igniting nationalist sentiments among Brazilian politicians. The Supreme Court's proceedings have captivated a divided public, with a recent Datafolha poll indicating that more than half of Brazilians support the decision to place Bolsonaro under house arrest. However, 53% of respondents reject the notion that he is being politically persecuted. The trial's implications extend beyond Bolsonaro himself, as it raises questions about the stability of Brazil's democratic institutions and the potential for political violence. As the nation awaits the court's verdict, tensions remain high. The Supreme Court headquarters in Brasilia was previously targeted by rioters known as Bolsonaristas, who stormed government buildings in January 2023, demanding military intervention to depose Lula. This insurrection attempt has drawn comparisons to the January 6th Capitol riots in the United States and Brazil's own dark history of military coups. The coming weeks will be crucial for Brazil, as the Supreme Court's decision could either reinforce the rule of law or further deepen the nation's political divides. With Bolsonaro's fate hanging in the balance, the world watches closely as Brazil navigates this unprecedented moment in its history. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.